When you get this signal, you should stop drinking coffee immediately. I believe that one of the reasons thyroid-related functional disorders are becoming more common is due to coffee consumption. Many people drink 1, 2, or even 3 cups a day, considering it normal. However, this daily habit could easily reach toxic levels. Coffee, consumed in such quantities, is linked to a host of chronic diseases. If you drink it every day, you may eventually face various health issues like headaches, heart problems, tremors, hormonal imbalances, and more. Left unchecked, it may even increase the risk of cancer. Coffee is, unfortunately, a prime example of an inconvenient truth. I speak from personal experience. I once worked in the coffee industry and consumed significant amounts of it daily. It wasn't until I quit coffee that I began to understand its effects on my body. The hardest part for me was dealing with insomnia, which no one had told me could be caused by coffee. At that time, I roasted coffee beans myself and loved the rich, enticing aroma of fresh coffee. But now I realize that the very smoke I enjoyed breathing during roasting can contribute to lung cancer. The truth is, quitting coffee entirely was a turning point for my health. Once I stopped drinking coffee, I noticed dramatic changes in my body. The fact that coffee consumption is so widespread in our modern world, especially in developed countries, cannot be ignored. Our country, for example, ranks 12th in global coffee consumption, and we are also the originators of mixed coffee, something we once took pride in. Before the Americano trend swept through the world, mixed coffee was the staple in the 1980s and 1990s. This form of coffee, which combines sugar and cream with coffee, was wildly popular. Some people even nostalgically think of mixed coffee as a healthy option, citing the use of prim, a creamer derived from coconut oil, as a source of calories and nutrients. But the truth is far from that perception. Today, no doctor recommends mixed coffee for health. However, it continues to be marketed, sometimes even supported by health professionals who fail to disclose potential sponsorships. Mixed coffee contains ingredients like hydrogenated oil, a processed version of palm oil, widely considered one of the worst oils for health, instead of pure coconut oil. This heavily processed oil is just one of the many harmful components in mixed coffee. Add to that sugar, caffeine, and other chemical additives, and it becomes clear that this is not a healthy beverage. Even plain coffee, when consumed excessively, poses significant risks to your health. Caffeine alone has profound effects on the body, but coffee also contains harmful compounds formed during the roasting and heating processes. When sugar interacts with coffee, it creates glycosylation products, denatured proteins that may contribute to dementia and other chronic conditions. Reheating coffee, adding ice to it, or consuming it cold further introduces chemical transformations that make coffee even more problematic for the body. In a way, coffee acts more like a drug than a simple beverage, with its caffeine and thousands of other compounds creating complex reactions within the body. Coffee is increasingly being recognized globally as a potentially carcinogenic substance. There's a strong likelihood that within a few decades, or perhaps even a few years, it will be classified as such. As research continues to uncover the harmful effects of coffee, it's essential for people to become aware of its risks. Currently, the average adult consumes around 1,000 milligrams of caffeine daily, far exceeding safe limits. This high level of caffeine consumption is taking a toll on public health. While coffee is celebrated worldwide as a beloved beverage and cultural staple, it is important to recognize its potential dangers. By reducing or eliminating coffee from your diet, you may protect yourself from numerous health issues, including thyroid dysfunction, chronic diseases, and even cancer. Though it may seem challenging at first, quitting coffee could be one of the most significant steps you take toward improving your overall health and well-being. The recommended daily caffeine limit for pregnant women is 300 milligrams, but for the general population, it's often set at 400 milligrams. However, the real problem lies with caffeine itself, particularly in coffee. The complexity starts with the coffee beans, which are roasted to create the dark coffee we know. These roasted beans are ground, pressed into espresso, and often mixed with water, milk, or other ingredients to create various coffee beverages. Essentially, the process involves roasting and consuming beans that have been heavily processed. When coffee is packaged and sold in 1 kilogram bags, the moment you open the package, the oils in the beans begin to oxidize and spoil. This process leads to changes in the chemical composition, including variations in caffeine content, denatured proteins, toxins, and harmful substances like acrylamide and benzopyrene. Acrylamide, for instance, is a compound formed when foods are fried or roasted, and it has been linked to serious health risks. In Europe, acrylamide levels are strictly regulated at 0 for ppm, while our country allows levels up to 0.8 ppm. These regulations highlight the risks, yet they are not widely discussed. One of the lesser-known truths is that coffee consumption may contribute to thyroid-related functional disorders, particularly among young women in their 20s and 30s. Most people don't stop at just 1 cup of coffee a day. 2 or 3 cups have become the norm. At that level, caffeine intake can easily reach toxic levels, forcing the body to constantly combat its harmful effects. While no one openly declares coffee as a carcinogen, common sense suggests it's not good for your health, much like smoking. The substances in coffee are numerous, and even drinking just 1 cup a day is far from harmless. This is why global guidelines increasingly warn about the risks of even moderate coffee consumption. Despite these warnings, coffee is often misunderstood. Some individuals with liver disease or cancer have been told by their healthcare providers that coffee is good for the liver or beneficial in some way. However, at world-renowned cancer hospitals such as the Mayo Clinic, MD Anderson, and Johns Hopkins, the advice is clear: cancer patients should avoid coffee entirely. These institutions do not recommend coffee to any of their patients, particularly those preparing for or recovering from surgery. Alongside alcohol, cigarettes, carbonated drinks, and fried foods, coffee is consistently listed as something to avoid to improve overall health and recovery outcomes. The contradiction lies in human behavior. Many people hear only what they want to hear. A cancer patient might be told not to smoke or drink coffee, yet they will continue to indulge in these habits, rationalizing their decisions or ignoring the advice altogether. Even after undergoing major surgeries, some individuals persist in drinking coffee or smoking cigarettes, often complaining about lingering health issues without recognizing the role their habits play. This resistance to change is deeply ingrained, almost like a form of mental programming or brainwashing. It's difficult to break these habits because they are tied to comfort, routine, and personal preference. That's why coffee can be likened to cigarettes in this analogy. Both substances are widely accepted in society, yet both pose significant health risks. The challenge lies in helping people understand these risks and make meaningful changes to protect their health. In conclusion, while coffee is celebrated as a daily ritual and social staple, it carries hidden dangers that can significantly impact health over time. From thyroid disorders to liver strain, and even cancer risks, the harmful effects of coffee are often overlooked or dismissed. Recognizing these dangers and making informed choices such as reducing or eliminating coffee consumption can lead to better health outcomes and an improved quality of life. The truth about coffee: a deeper look at its impact on health. Until the 1970s, cigarettes were considered non-essential substances. Similarly, coffee has become a part of daily life for many, but its impact on health is often overlooked. Many of us started drinking coffee in our teenage years, yet it's ironic that teenagers are discouraged from drinking coffee because it's harmful to their health, while schools often have vending machines that serve it. This contradiction extends to carbonated drinks, alcohol, and coffee. Is coffee truly beneficial once you turn 20, or is it just as detrimental as alcohol and cigarettes? For years, marketing has pushed the narrative that one glass of alcohol or one cup of coffee a day is good for your health. However, if you drink coffee daily, you're likely inviting chronic illnesses. Common issues like headaches, heart palpitations, and hand tremors are often dismissed, but they're clear signs of your body reacting negatively. Some people might tolerate caffeine better due to genetic differences in caffeine metabolism, but this doesn't make them immune to its long-term effects. Caffeine consumption triggers the release of cortisol, a stress hormone produced by the adrenal glands. This can lead to insomnia, thyroid disorders, and, in severe cases, even cancer. Drinking cold or iced coffee is particularly harmful, as it lowers body temperature, creating an environment where cancer cells thrive. If you're not feeling well, I'm not saying you must quit coffee forever, but try stopping for just 2 weeks. If you find quitting unbearable, you might already be addicted to caffeine. When people ask whether they should stop drinking coffee, I respond with this simple advice: the less you drink, the better. If you do drink it, choose warm coffee over iced coffee to reduce the strain on your body. To truly support your health, start your day with Yumyangtang, which is lukewarm water. This helps balance your body, unlike coffee, which exhausts your system over time. Many people claim they drink coffee to relieve stress. For example, they might enjoy a cup of sweet, creamy instant coffee to feel better. However, consuming 3 or 4 cups of instant coffee a day can quickly lead to addiction both to sugar and caffeine. Even black coffee isn't entirely safe. Adding milk to coffee causes the proteins in milk to denature, forming harmful compounds known as sugar toxins. Decaffeinated coffee is often marketed as a healthier alternative, but it has its own set of issues. The decaffeination process typically involves chemical solvents, which can leave residues in the final product. Even when more natural methods like carbon dioxide are used, coffee still undergoes chemical alterations. Additionally, pesticides, preservatives, and mold toxins often contaminate the beans during storage and transport. When these are roasted, ground, compressed, and oxidized, they form even more harmful substances. The truth is, coffee is something humans haven't consumed for thousands of years. It's a relatively modern addition to our diets, and our bodies haven't fully adapted to it. If you have cardiovascular disease, cerebrovascular disease, or any unexplained chronic condition, I strongly recommend cutting out coffee even just 1 cup a day, for at least a month. You might be surprised at how much better you feel. In recent years, there's been a noticeable increase in insomnia among the younger generation, especially those in their 20s and 30s. One characteristic many of these individuals share is a high coffee intake. To be clinically diagnosed with insomnia, symptoms must persist for about 3 months, including difficulty falling asleep, waking up frequently during the night, and feeling fatigued despite sleep. Often, this stems from liver strain, compounded by excessive caffeine consumption. Coffee isn't just my problem, it's a growing issue for many. It's time to reevaluate our relationship with coffee and consider its long-term effects on our health. If you're struggling with chronic issues or insomnia, take a step back and try eliminating coffee from your life for a short period. Your body might thank you. First, it's essential to recognize that caffeine is not beneficial for human health. Chronic headaches, for example, are often caused by the constriction of blood vessels. While caffeine may temporarily relieve these headaches, it perpetuates a vicious cycle. You drink coffee to feel better, but as the effects wear off, the headaches return, prompting you to drink more. Breaking this cycle is crucial for your well-being. The body possesses a natural ability to heal itself. If you're dealing with insomnia and persistent headaches, quitting coffee is a step you need to take. This is not just science, it's common sense. My advice doesn't require complex explanations, just a practical understanding of how the body works. Even if the coffee industry defends its products, the most accurate way to understand its effects is by experiencing the change yourself. If you're struggling with chronic issues such as constipation, rhinitis, or atopic dermatitis, try quitting coffee. It could even prevent severe illnesses like cancer. Similarly, if you're managing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, hypothyroidism, or hyperthyroidism, cutting out coffee could alleviate symptoms like heart palpitations and cold extremities. Don't be swayed by marketing campaigns that encourage supplements for these issues. Start by eliminating coffee. You'll save money and improve your health naturally. Replacing coffee, a healthier alternative instead of coffee, I highly recommend Sangwa tea, a traditional Korean herbal tea. Interestingly, it shares a similar color with coffee, and when you drink it, your brain can be tricked into thinking it's coffee. This tea is not only a healthier alternative but also aids in detoxifying the body by removing harmful toxins. However, it's important to choose the right type of Sangwa tea. Avoid teas that contain added caramel coloring or artificial sweeteners intended to make them overly sweet. Products with English labels often include unnecessary additives, so opt for natural, minimally processed options. While Sangwa tea may not be marketed as medicinal like Sangwatang, it's an excellent substitute for coffee, both in terms of taste and health benefits. Addressing marketing temptations. Be cautious of the relentless marketing strategies aimed at getting you to spend money on unnecessary products. Whether it's expensive coffee, supplements, or other items, the focus should be on improving your health, not succumbing to temptation. For example, if you've indulged in unhealthy foods like fried chicken, beer, or excessive coffee, take a break once a week to cleanse your body with natural foods. Incorporating fresh, live vegetables or a juice detox can work wonders for your health. Detox juice recommendation. One effective way to cleanse your body is by starting the day with freshly juiced apple, carrot, and cabbage, known as CC juice. This combination helps eliminate toxins and supports overall health. Even dedicating one day a week to consuming this juice can result in noticeable improvements. It's a simple yet powerful habit that can transform your body and boost your vitality. Replacing coffee with healthier alternatives like Sangwa tea and incorporating detox practices can help you break unhealthy cycles, save money, and improve your overall well-being. Take small steps and let your body's natural healing abilities work for you.